Hello, all. Welcome back to Unpitch Catch. So we now have the finalists of the T20 World Cup are decided, are finalized. It's going to be India versus New Zealand. Some whose memory goes back a year may think, oh no, these two again, because ICC Champions Trophy exactly 52 weeks ago, on the 9th of March, these two
25.
same teams faced off, right? And now they're going to face off on the 8th of March. So in a year, you could say nothing much has changed in terms of world cricket. But let's go into the actual games. We'll start off with the more recent one, India versus England. Highly expected semi-final, considering both teams are two-time champions in T20 World Cup. But I think, if you just look at the batting again, it was a Sanju Samson show for a large part. Of course, there was a lot of support from Shivam Dubey, Hardik Pandya, and a lot of contributions here and there. But I think England would drew dropping Sanju when he was just on 15, and he added a further 70 plus runs. What I also found interesting was that the batting, or see, during the tournament, they kept speaking about Surya is fixed at four and things like that. I think there were some previous discussions, but interestingly, Shivam Dubey came out at four, and it kind of seemed similar to what West Indies did during their match against England in the league stage, where they made sure that there was always a left-hander and a right-hander around, so that England's off spinners and leg spinners would never have an opportunity to bowl the same type of batters all the time. I found that very interesting. So it's good that there was some flexibility in the thinking. But Ganesh, what are your observations around the batting?
I think Brooks dropped catch. I mean, that he dropped of Samson. I think that turned the game, I think, Jaga, because I really feel that Samson was really wanting to prove a point, I think. I mean, after that last innings against West
Yeah,
Indies, and also everybody saying that he was kind of Jofra Archer's bunny, which is not wrong also, which was happening the last time
yeah.
these two teams met in a series. And so he, I mean, with form and confidence on his side, he wanted to. I think he wanted to get that off his back, but in fact he couldn't. He couldn't initially because the way he
Yeah.
gave a catch to Brook, but Brook gave him a chance, and then 74 runs later he got out.
Did he drop the World Cup? To use
uh,
Stevo's words, did he drop the World Cup? We don't know.
we don't know yet,
Even
but
that
I
was in the
mean,
semi-final.
but I mean, see, this is two semi-finals in a row in T20 World Cup. England has lost to India now.
Yeah, correct.
So,
Yeah, in the 24 also. Yeah,
but I think, I mean, he can put up his hand and say that yes, I was the reason. He put it. He told Brook, but I think
yeah,
that was at this level or any level. I mean, that as a captain, as anything, as any player. I mean, that catch changed things. I feel, Jaga, and I mean, no, not to take any credit away from Samson and the Dubé move was excellent because Adil Rashid was taken for runs, and then Liam Dawson just bowled one over.
one over,
Uh,
right? Yeah,
one over, and in fact, there was talk from the ex-English players saying that the English spin attack is better than the Indian spin attack. It's what before
okay.
the game. But I don't agree. I mean, yes, Varun has been going for a lot of runs,
Yeah.
but I think Axar alone, Axar alone is better. And Adil Rashid, you can't hold Adil Rashid as. I mean, Adil Rashid is a great bowler. There's no taking credit. But thing is, the way he bowled to Virat Kohli cannot be the way he bowls to everybody, everybody in
That's
India.
true. Yeah.
So the way
And I
he was
think
taken.
yesterday's game, Axar could have walked on water. Like he was, except he didn't get a chance to bat too much, but he pretty much did a lot of other things.
That's what. See. Yesterday, Samson or Axar or Hardik Pandya or Dubey also, and
Yeah.
Bumrah, of course, all
Oh,
these
yeah.
people could have been man of the match. Okay, here and there. I mean, Samson got it. In fact, Samson in his acceptance speech, he said that
Yeah.
Bumrah
Correct.
deserves it. So all those things, you're talking about four or five people who, if given the man of the match, nobody would have questioned it. That
Yeah.
was the
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
performance yesterday. Okay, but see, on the England side, the problem was if they had gone on to win also, the only man of the match candidate was Bethel. There was
Yeah.
no way
Correct.
anybody else could have got it. So that is where India won the game yesterday. It was a great team effort yesterday, but England didn't have that going. Their bowlers let them down. Jofra Archer,
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
Jofra Archer வந்து this I'll tell in Tamil, the way everybody வளைச்சு மிட் விக்கெட்லயும் லாங் ஆன் மேலே சிக்ஸ் அடிச்சா the way he walks back no ஏதோ டாப்
Oh,
எட்ஜ்ல
yeah.
தேர்ட் மேன்ல சிக்ஸ் போயிட்ட மாதிரி நடந்து போறான் பாரு அதான் அவன் குறைக்கணும் எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இதான் அவன் வளைச்சு வளைச்சு மிட் விக்கெட் மேலேயும் லாங் ஆன் மேலேயும் சிக்ஸ் அடிக்கிறான் அவனோட ஃபேஷியல் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் இஃப் யூ see you will think that Samson hit was going
Oh,
over.
just miss.
The third man top edge six போன மாதிரி he walks away. No, he Samson and everybody. Tilak Verma, brilliant
Yeah.
batting towards the end. Okay, India actually never accelerated throughout the 20 overs. They were
I
at 12
think
run rate throughout.
with Jofra, it's like it reminds me of Chennai 28ல அந்த பீச்ல ஆடிட்டு இருப்பாங்க.
Hmm.
டேய் லெக் சைடுல போடாதடான்னு சொல்லுவான். அவன் லெக் சைடுல போடாம ஆஃப் சைடுல எந்த பக்கம் போட்டாலும் அடிக்கிறான்டா.
எப்படி
ஜோஃப்ரா
போட்டாலும்
ஆர்ச்சர்ஸ்
அடிக்கிறான்டா.
ரியாக்ஷன் வாஸ் லைக் தட்.
So
Because whatever I do, they're hitting me.
So their bowling was completely taken apart, and it really showed. I mean, they don't have the bowling for T20 cricket, Jaga. Honestly, Will Jacks, they are lucky that Will Jacks has come very good this
Yeah,
series.
correct.
Otherwise, they do not have the bowling for T20. And coming to England's batting again, I think one game he came at number 3 and got 100, Brook, and everybody started talking that Brook belongs there, should be number 3. Yes, Brook is a great batsman. There is no questioning that. But I think Bethel should be number 3. Not because of this 100. See, his 100, Brook's 100 came against Pakistan. Pakistan
Mm.
is like
Yeah,
something. I
yeah,
mean,
correct.
it's like, how Saeed Anwar or Salman, but those people score runs against India. That is how Brook does against Pakistan. Okay.
That's true.
All the
Yeah.
time he scored, like Travis Head against India, one more recent name. Okay. So you don't go by that game. And Brook, Brook, a lot of times he throws his wicket away
Oh,
for
yeah,
all the
definitely.
talent he has. A T20 number 3 cannot be somebody who can throw his wicket away. I think Bethel has showed not this is not the first time. Even in Ashes, he was given only the last test. Even in the India test, he was given only the last test. I mean, though he didn't do much in the
Yeah.
Oval test, in the Ashes he got 100. He's got a ODI
Yes.
100 also in between now.
I think he has a test and a T20 now. I don't know if he has a ODI
He has a
100.
ODI 100 in between, I think. I think in
Oh, okay.
Sri Lanka or somewhere, I think he got a ODI 100
Okay.
in between. I'm not sure where he got it. I think he has a ODI 100 also. In fact,
Okay.
his Ashes 100 was his first class 100 also.
Yeah, actually, he seems to have scored 175 balls against South Africa.
South
So
Africa. Okay.
he's
So
got
now,
100 in all formats now.
yeah, so now in all fairness, and yesterday's batting was brilliant.
Oh, amazing batting.
He really showed. I mean, I hope that he carries on this greatness that he seems to have at such a young age. Because I remember England press and England ex-players going gaga about Ollie Pop being the next
Oh,
Tendulkar and
yeah.
all those things when he came in. So I hope they don't do all this with Bethel, because Bethel, see, as a cricket fan, I want Bethel to score runs, Jaga, not
And he
against.
was so much in control, right? I mean, in the first he 15, 18 balls, he was scoring at 3 runs a ball.
Exactly.
Like, I think he was like 45 of 18 balls or something like that, or maybe almost 48 of 18, which is ridiculous, right? And after that, I think he missed a little bit of the strike, and the others, I think Tom Banton and Will Jacks also came in and scored a little bit. So it took a little bit of strike away from him, but he was just batting amazingly. He was, I mean, the reverse scoops that he was hitting, placement, everything was just pinpoint. It was just a matter of shame that he ended up on the losing side. On
Exactly.
pretty much any other day, with a little bit, maybe if the target was a little lesser, he would have been on the winning side.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, see, that's what those last 2, 3 overs, the runs India scored made a difference. I
Correct.
feel.
I think they scored.
And
I think India scored almost 50 runs in the last 3 overs. So I
it
think
was
that
more than
definitely
50, I
made
think.
it.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I think they scored some 76 or something in the last 5, if I remember correct. So that's
Uh,
a lot of runs. I mean, see, but eventually, even after scoring 253, the game went on to. I mean, though it went, the margin
no, I
says
mean
7 runs.
it went
Effectively,
on
it's a
still.
25 run win.
Yeah, you can essentially say it went on till 19.2 or 19.3 overs. Like
I
Jofra Archer's hits were
Yeah, I
like
think it was a 25 run win, though the margin says 7.
I think Shivam Dube probably bowled those to make Jofra Archer feel happy.
Yeah, so he has to get back home for all the sixes he gave
Yeah,
it back, I
correct.
think.
Yeah.
But I think Shivam
But
Dube
I
was
think I think let's go to the fielding. we spoke about the some of the issues with the fielding earlier on for India. I think yesterday's match was pretty much as good as it can be, right? Axar
It can be
was
one better. It can be one place. So Surya let a four through his legs, which he could
yes,
have
yes, he did.
avoided.
Yeah, yeah. Correct.
But
Yeah,
otherwise,
except
the
for that.
Hardik
Yeah.
Pandya's run out of Bethel was
Oh, in the last
awesome.
over, yes.
Awesome. The way he ran to the ball, picked it, and the presence of mind to throw to the farther end to
Keepers
Sanju
end.
Samson.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. I mean, for all the flack that Hardik Pandya receives at times from me also, the way
But he's
he
a big
can,
match player.
the
He
way he
he,
does
he
things
shows up.
in some games is unbelievable. The way he bowled yesterday, the 19th over, great bowling. I mean, in fact,
Yeah.
and also the second over of the day, he gave away one run and picked Phil Salt's
Correct.
wicket.
Yeah.
And then the 19th, to follow up that great over by Bumrah, it is difficult. See, and talking of Bumrah Jaga, Bethel was like 45 balls, 90 plus he was batting, and 3 overs, 45 to win. Bumrah's bowling and a batsman who is
Yeah.
45 balls, 90, he's defending and trying to
Correct.
play
He
him
can't do
out.
anything.
It is unbelievable. There is like, there is, I mean, like some people keep saying that he's a cheat code. Bumrah is a cheat code for India is really true because the
See,
way
45 of 3 overs is gettable, but 39 of 2 is
is
much tougher.
it was tougher. And I mean, hats off to Hardik Pandya to follow up with an over like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, the first ball was a six in the 19th over, and the next
Correct.
five
Yeah.
balls was fabulous. He bowled. Oh, and Tilak Verma also got a good catch of Sam Curran in that
Yes,
over.
yes. On
So
the ropes, yes.
the
Sam
catching was
Curran's
very
brilliant.
good. Do we
Yeah.
say it was very
Axar,
good because none of the catches went to Abhishek, or
that is
we
also
assume?
possible. Yeah. It was a bit of a non-presence from a catching perspective. But Axar's catching was amazing. Although the scorebooks will show that one of the catches was taken by Shivam Dubey, it's almost like so when Sanju Samson says, I think this man of the match should be with Jasprit, I think Shivam should say this catch is for Axar.
Axar. I mean, Axar was not too far away from getting the man of the match. I feel for those three catches, the Brook catch, the
And he got
Brook
a wicket also.
wicket also of Tom Banton, which is so. I think Hardik. I mean,
That
like I
that
said,
Brook catch reminded me of Travis Head's catch
of Rohit Sharma.
in the Narendra Modi Stadium last 2 3 years ago. So it was
Exactly.
very very reminiscent of that.
I also felt that when I watched it live, Jaga, exactly. But it was a little though the angles were a little different, but it was
Yeah,
reminded
very
very much
similar.
of
Yeah.
Travis Header of Rohit Sharma, and that ball to bowl the first up to Brook, that is again genius of
Ah,
Bumrah. That was genius
that's
of Bumrah,
slower
the
ball.
slower one. I kind of expected Brook to fail, but I honestly, I would be lying if I said England will come this close. I didn't expect. I thought England will get to maximum 200, 210. I
Yeah.
didn't expect them to get beyond that.
Yeah, I think Jacob Bethel basically, and with help from some of the other support cast, definitely did that. This sets us up nicely. I mean, New Zealand, on the other hand, had a very, very convincing win against South Africa. Like South Africa had been unbeaten throughout the tournament, and
Forget
they
unbeaten. They didn't
basically
look like losing any of those
losing
games
at
also.
all. And then New Zealand chases down, was it 170 or something like
Yeah,
that? 160
170,
something.
170,
Yeah,
170, 170 in 12.5
in 14
overs.
overs, yeah, 12 overs with nine
Mhm.
wickets to spare. That's just massively one-sided game. And you don't expect that in a New Zealand South Africa game. I think over the years we have found that New Zealand generally tends to rain on South Africa's party. They did that in the 2015 World Cup. They've done it
Yes.
earlier and they did it again. So you kind of feel sad for South Africa because they really look like they had the momentum. But it's going to be a pretty interesting final. Like I said, it's the second time they're meeting in an ICC event in exactly a 52 weeks time frame. So it should be a pretty good game on this Sunday on the 8th of March. Any closing thoughts from your side?
I think Varun's form would be a concern for India, given the way, but I
Will
think
they
they can
take
fix it
Kuldeep
in the
instead?
next 2 days. I don't think, Jaga, if they are giving such a long rope to Abhishek, why not to Varun?
Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But bowlers tend to get treated differently. I think we have seen that
Uh,
over the years.
yeah, that is true, but I think Varun can get one more game. I think because I think
Okay.
he's not completely crap, but I think he gets carried away when he gets hit in the first over. He's
I
bowling
think
too
he may
short.
also have an issue with left-handers. I kind of get a feeling that left-handers are playing him a lot easier than right-handers.
I
Maybe there's
think
probably some
I
data
think
around
his
it.
length. Yeah, we have to check that. But his length can be a little better. I think he's
Hmm.
bowling too short. The moment I mean, mostly he's given a
Yeah,
couple of one or two sixes in his first over. After
correct.
that,
Yeah,
the lengths become too short. I feel the lengths, if he can work on, I'm sure somebody's talking to him there in the management.
yeah.
If that, I would give him this one more final,
Okay,
Jaga, not go ahead.
cool. Great. Thanks. So again, we'll come back again after the final. Until then, please keep watching. Do subscribe, leave us your comments, and thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.